Hello and welcome back to the Xpert 11 Road to Glory series, where in the last episode we got our first win of the season, albeit in the cup away from home, against SLoMo. And in this episode we'll be taking on JoMo Elite, in what is already looking like a very important game. They are 1 point ahead of us, and as things stand, if we manage to win this game we will go ahead of them and out of the relegation zone. With things so tight, the results of this match could determine where people will be challenging for the entire season. And in a huge stroke of luck, JoMo Elite, for this big game, have been hit with a bit of an injury crisis. As you can see here, Qamara is injured. He was injured in the last league game against FC Boring. Shida also got injured in the previous cup game against Cloud FC, meaning JoMo Elite have neither of their mentors for coming into this very important match in the attacking areas, meaning they're going to have a very young average age in the attacking department. So it will be left for their defence to try and sort out and pick up a point. They'll be going for a point. But they do have Kruis in goal, who is probably the best goalkeeper in this division, and he has certainly been a star so far. No such problems for Knights, however. We've yet to have a single injury so far this season, so as things stand we have a fully fit squad to choose from, with all players available. So without further ado, let's see the team used for this match. Knights line up in a 4-5-1 formation with Ant Connolly in goal, and back four Pim, Kruis, Ibrahim Qamara, Ledley King and Aquila Santa Maria, and midfielder Ray Tataw Eta, Pierre Of Hesslink, Alvito Roma, Wei Jun Er and Raymond Hargreaves, and a front row man of Celso Mota. Even despite JoMo Elite's weakened team, they still have a very good goalkeeper, so we are not taking any chances and fielding our best team possible. Understandably, since they're trying to pinch a point, JoMo Elite have gone with a 5-4-1 formation, with Kruis in goal, a back five of Anatoly Borakov, Radu Sapava, Neo Keeler, Glenn Hadfield and Cristiano Castro, their best defender. Midfield Douglas Mahon, Jerry Mosley, Alano Fontella and Casper Stenland, and a front row man of Matthew Lackins. Captains for this match are Pim Kruis for Knights of Sidonia and Kruis of JoMo Elite. The referee is Michael Steen, skill 7, harshness 2. Knights are in the red and yellow strip, playing from left to right. JoMo Elite are in the green and black strip, playing from right to left. The other match in the division see Genocircus 2, the early league leaders, against P4HFC. FC Boring are in an all-Norwegian affair against Corneta FC, and SC Beira-Mar against Atletico Madrid in an all-Portuguese affair. So a lot of country versus country matchups in this round, with this being an all-English affair. As we get underway now! And Knights seem to be stamping their foothold of possession early on, as Corneta have just taken the lead against FC Boring, and P4HFC have taken the lead against Genocircus 2, and then precise header on goal by Wei Jun Er, and Kruis has saved the crowd. There is the barrier we really face, as JoMo Elite on the counter-attack here with Lackins, and missed the goal. Lackins will be kicking himself. He had a glorious chance to put JoMo Elite 1-0 up there, as the lob outside the header from Pim Kruis. He scores! Pim Kruis scores the first league goal of Knights of Sidonia this season from a spectacular long-range shot. Well, he's been playing very well so far, but who would have thought he would be the first goal scorer of the season? He's a defender, he scored from open play. What was he doing, you have to wonder? We got an injury though. Ray Tataw Eta has been slightly injured. It's been a troubled pre-season for Ray Tataw Eta. He was injured at the back end of last season, and then he recovered in time for the second match. We've got a cycling control by Alvito Roma! Brushed outside the post, as Corneta are 2-0 up against FC Boring. Coming towards the end of the first half, and Knights are currently leading 1-0, and JoMo aren't offering much of a threat whatsoever, although they did have one chance. But as you can see from the half-time stats, it is pretty much a very one-sided affair. 72% possession. That is probably the highest figure I've ever seen this team have, and probably even on the entire game that I've seen one of my teams have like this. 72% possession, that is insane. The other match in the division, an important match for us, SC Beira-Mar and Atletico Madrid, a potential relegation clash by the looks of things. It is currently 0-0. Genocircus 2 are 1-0 down to P4HFC, and so Corneta FC are going to go top of the league as things stand with a 2-0 win over FC Boring. And the second half gets underway as JoMo Elite have an early chance here with Douglas Mahon! Saved by Ant Connolly. P4HFC have just gone 2-0 up against Genocircus 2, so they're currently in second place in the league. As we're having a strong goal by Raymond Hargreaves! Warded up by OhNo. So as things stand, Knights is only going to be in 4th place after this holding a 1-0 lead against JoMo Elite, but they have a card here. Neo Key has been yellow card for brutal play, as we've got an injury. Oh dear, that could be pretty bad. SLoMo has been slightly injured. Not as bad as it could have been, but we've got 2 players on slight injuries, which is slightly concerning. Pierre Of Hesslink scores! Pierre Of Hesslink makes it 2-0 to Knights of Sardinia FC. With Alvito Roma passing and Pierre Of Hesslink slots into the back of the net, and I think we're going to be cruising now. And in celebration of Pierre Of Hesslink scoring a goal, he's going to be substituted for Azrat Zairi. Yeah, I want to give Azrat Zairi, take advantage of the fact that JoMo Elite have not a lot of threats by giving us some extra game timers. And Atletico Madrid have gone 1-0 up against SC Beramar. And Celso Mota punched away by Uga. So, currently SC Beramar now bottom of the league, with Atletico Madrid on to 2 points, 3 points even, with their 1-0 lead over SC Beramar, which is now 2-0. Just Seconds 2 got one back against P4HFC, but that is the end of the match. So, Knights of Sardinia got their first win of the season in the first ever win in Division 4 level, albeit against a weakened JoMo Elite side, but still, who cares? They're counting to the end. We want to get the 3 points, and we managed to find a way past their ultra high skilled goalkeeper. They end the match with the chance carried reached 6-2, and Knights had a 70% possession stake in the whole entire match, which is one of probably a club records to be precise. Both captains got man of the match. Pim van der Kruis was the man of the match for Knights of Sardinia, and Kutsi Uga was the man of the match for JoMo Elite. Great to get off the mark. JoMo Elite will be ruining their attacking injuries going into the game. It meant that they didn't have really anything to offer going forward and were forced to play on the back foot. That said, they had pretty decent defensive tactics, but in the end, their team was a bit too young in the end to do anything about our rampant attack. And in the end, we scored 2 goals against JoMo Elite despite their 5-star tactics to win the game. So great to get off the mark. And now, let's see the team of the week and see if any of our players got in there. Team of the week this week is Kutsi Ugo of JoMo Elite in goal, unsurprisingly. A back four of Keith Roseblade, Cornetto FC, Pim van der Kruis, and that's Sardinia FC, Peyton Jackson, FC Boring, and Rodrigo Leonardo, P4H FC. Midfield, Gunnar Nyman, FC Boring, Alvito Roma, Knights of Sardinia FC, good to see him getting in there, Manuel Viedma, Cornetto FC, and Gerard Maybourne, P4H FC. And front two of Eusebio Sierra, P4H FC, and Ignacio Larenza, P4H FC. Skrek has managed the round for the first time this season, and I have a feeling he's going to get quite a few this season, as his side got an away victory over FC Boring, an important one at that too. That said, this division is looking like it's going to be very competitive indeed. Cornetto FC lead the division, but only on 7 points, 1 point ahead of both Genesis Seconds 2 and P4H FC, who sit on 6 points respectively. Knights of Sardinia FC are up to 4th on 4 points ahead of FC Boring, who we face next in the league. Atletico Madrid are on 3 points in 6th place. JoMo Elite dropped to 7th with 2 points this season, and SC Beramar prop up the table with just 1 point. How costly might the draw away to them prove at the end of the season? We will never know. Anyway, that's it for this episode. In the next episode, we'll be taking on SLoMo in the second leg of the cup as we prepare to move towards the second round. See you guys then.